Hello everybody and welcome back to Stellaris, where we are currently prosecuting this war against the Pelosema nation, which is, normal. We're a very peaceful empire and have spent like 80%, probably more like 90% of this series at war. We have not declared a single one of them. So I am noticing that we are a bit negative on our unity right now, and I would like to do something about that real quick here. What do we got here? There's got to be a unification world here somewhere. Okay, we've got to have a tranquil world here. It's definitely here somewhere. Oh, right, that's occupied out over here. Actually, where is this? This is in Zarmatin? Wild. Unidentified empire. Planet is occupied by. What? It's occupied by us. Okay. The game thinks that this is occupied by someone, but it's occupied by us. Sure? I guess that's fine. Okay, well, at any rate, I want to find a tranquil world here. There's definitely one here somewhere. We have like 4 of them. Why have I not seen a single tranquil world? Okay. They're in here. There's one right here. Okay, excellent. I'm just blind. We can't upgrade this one. So we need a different tranquil world. Am I blind on the rest of these? Quite possibly. We do have several of these, though. No doubt about it. Maybe they didn't get marked as a tranquil world, for whatever reason. That's a possibility, I suppose. We could go through every single one of these. Oh, look at this. Hang on. We don't actually need additional production of alloys, though, right now. Our production on alloys is actually pretty good. This is a lithic world here, and we definitely want to get these lithic boars in here. There's no doubt about that. But what I really want to do is get that tranquil world problem solved. We definitely have more tranquil worlds than just one. I don't know why it's only showing us the one right now. That's kind of wild. It's in here somewhere. I'm just going to go through all of these. I really want to find one. So this is a tranquil world here. Okay, that's currently upgrading. There's nothing to be upgraded really on it, though. This one will actually solve the problem, now that I look at it. Okay, so we found this as a tranquil world. It was constructing, and that's fine. So that'll solve it. No problem. Beautiful. Okay, we can move on at long last. So we're just going to have these guys head over to Thabit. I'm going to bring the Skyfall Void Wings over as well. They're going to come over and start bombarding at New Light once again. That is their mission in life. So all of these guys are going to pop down to Thabit pretty quickly here. We're unfortunately going to have to fly all the way across the system in order to get to the jump point, but that's fine. Okay, so checking in on our fleets here. This fleet needs some reinforcement, so let's get that going. And we're going to need additional food for this. I would like to buy some. Food is a little expensive. I'm going to sell some exotic gases here, and we'll use that to buy in a little bit of extra food. So that's going to go here.
Predatory
No shipyards available.
engaged.
Okay, now they're available. We must have been in hyperspace. That's fine. Okay, so we're attacking up over here. No issue there. We've got this over here that I want to head to Zithri. Perfect. And we'll get that starbase finished up soon enough. Okay, perfect. So we're going to be jumping into Thabit momentarily here. We're also about to get another month tick, so I want to get this reinforcement going as soon as we get that updated, and as soon as the autosave finishes. There we go. And there's all that food put in. So obviously, we need more pollinating worlds. There's no doubt about that. So let's look for a pollinating world to make here. This is set as a photosynthesis world, and that is because of the volatile motes. I'm going to swap it to a pollinating world. And we'll get that upgraded. We don't really need it right now as a volatile mote field. This is a good pollinating world. So we're going to get that all building. This is going to flip over to a pollinating world. And then we'll build one photosynthesis field, one hollow mountain, and then whatever we can of communal biomes. Actually, maybe we don't even want to build the communal biomes here. Well, it kind of depends on how we want to specialize this, right? We'll just call that good for now. Okay, so we're going to be jumping into Thabit momentarily. They've got another fleet in here, but it's not a big deal. End of the Model 16 awareness. Okay, that was the machine uprising up over here. They still exist. What are you talking about? Were there multiple Model 16 awarenesses? Okay, that's a little odd. They definitely still exist. Well, we're going to head right on in here. Apparently, these guys are lagging quite far behind. Oh, this is the Federation fleet. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, we're going to knock these guys out of here. No problem whatsoever. We will take a few losses as we do this, which is unsurprising. Okay, let's get this all cleaned out of here. We have a missing fleet. The 106 Corolla. Oh, okay, that's fine. Not a problem there. Beautiful. So this force gets obliterated, and we are going to start bombarding over at New Light very, very shortly here.
Predatory shelter engaged.
But we're still chasing down the last remnants out over here. Perfect. There we go. So they did not retreat, and they were destroyed. That's excellent. And we're going to head over and bombard once again at New Light, which is already at 57% devastation. So I want to check in on the bombardment on all of these. That looks good. And of course, we're going to need to go through and potentially build some additional ships here. So let's see what we've got. This is all fine. So that fleet's at full strength. This here, all of our... We do need a new Weaver here. We got to get rid of that Elder. Otherwise... that fleet's at full strength. This fleet here is absolutely fine, but we need... Well, actually, is it fine? Yes, it's fine, but we do need additional food for this. This fleet we are fine on. For this fleet, we did lose a couple of Maulers here. And we also lost a Weaver. But otherwise, that looks good. For the 9th Corolla, we lost 2 Weavers, and we lost... That was it, actually. For the 10th Corolla, there is no problem here. For the 11th, this is needing 2 Maulers. And otherwise, I think this is fine. And then the Skyfall Voidwings, and then there's these guys. And they're missing in action... We're probably just going to disband this. They're a reinforcement fleet that was supposed to come in here, and they haven't. Okay, so eventually these guys will arrive at their position and then head over to New Light. Eventually. There they go. So the bombardment here will begin. There we go. It is resumed bombardment. And the armies, as we can see, they didn't recover fully over here. So we managed to preserve quite a bit of our progress, and that's fantastic. So all of these forces are on their way over. Devastation is going to creep back up, and we see that they have attacked Zimbok. So I'm going to pull the 9th Corolla over to Zimbok. This is not surprising that they've done this. They're also very likely going to attack over here. That's fine. We're not too concerned about it. Okay. So off goes that fleet to go handle that. The rest of these forces, they're going to stay here and work on this bombardment. I want to get this bombardment complete. So that looks good for now. We'll get this under control out over here. Okay, we do need to do some reinforcements. So let's go through whatever we've got here. We'll reinforce this fleet, and that fleet's at full strength. This fleet needs more work. Okay. So we need like 60,000 food at this moment, and that's understood. That's like 10 months, and I'm going to buy in a little extra food that we got over the month tick, and we'll reinforce this fleet. That's now at full strength. This fleet is actually at full strength. Remarkable. This fleet is needing 37 additional food. Okay. And these guys are still missing in action. Yeah, that's understood. Okay, so we're just going to continue to push up over this direction. That all looks great, and we'll continue to reinforce these fleets as we can. We do want to build this starbase here, and then build this starbase down over here. Excellent. So the 9th Corolla is arriving in Zimpok right now, and we're going to take out this fleet. It's no major problem for us, but it will take a little time. I'm assuming they're attacking up over here. No. That's just Zimpok. Okay. I would have thought we would have had that notification already, but sure, it's fine. So this bombardment is up to 64% at this time. That's looking good. We do have this world here that we could theoretically terraform. And we should. There's also this world that we can terraform, and do we see any others in here that are super terraformable? Well, we can just scroll through this and try to find some. We can go through all of these later and properly do this, make sure that everything is terraforming, but for now, this will be fine. These are terraforming right now, so what about down this way? These are Gaia worlds, no problem there. It's an ocean world. This Arctic world could use a terraformation. But honestly, I just don't want to cap out our energy credits right now. We can just save up energy credits and go through that all at once. So that seems good. We're nowhere near our cap there. Okay, so there's Neuro Scourge. Sure. And actually, efficiencies of scale would be fantastic for us. So that looks great. We've got some food right now, so we need to hop into our fleet management and do this. Wait a second, those are elders. No, you are supposed to be juveniles. Okay, this must be from our fight in the area up this way. Okay, so that should be correct now. And it split off an elder weaver for some reason. Okay, whatever. We'll reinforce that. That's fine. It's very rude, but whatever. It's okay. I think that has to do with the aging system. I think it's just slightly bugged. So we'll reinforce this fleet as well, and that will be slowly worked on. But we're continuing to bombard in New Light, and yeah, that would have been the 9th Corolla up here, I believe. Which they're swarming in the wrong place, but this is absolutely fine. We're not going to take any losses from that. So that seems good, and then we want to take back Zimpok. After that, we want to head up and deal with the forces that are over here. Now, is one fleet going to be sufficient for that? Actually, maybe, depending on how they're spread out there. We'll see how that ends up working. We're at 67% devastation here, and their bombardment is definitely going fairly fast, but I'd prefer it to be going a whole lot faster. Once we get to 75, it'll double its speed, so that's something. Anyway. We might want to consider pulling these 3 fleets back for right now and having them come and engage this. They're pretty close, and then we can have them head back out over this direction. That'll be absolutely fine. So we've got some food on hand, and let's go ahead and reinforce this fleet. That's now at full strength. That's now at full strength. And then this can be disbanded. And then we could theoretically reinforce this, which I'm going to go ahead and do. We'll get that going, and that seems fine. So every one of our fleets, except the 2nd Corolla. Okay, do we have any problems here? No. That is not at full strength. I'm going to cancel some of these Skyfall Voidwings frigates. There we go. And we'll get the 2nd Corolla fully reinforced here if we can. That's still lacking a fair amount. Okay. So we'll get that dealt with. That's the 9th Corolla here. Where is the 2nd Corolla? Oh, that's up over here. Interesting. Wonder why that happened. Did it happen because they cut off our reinforcement flow flowing through Tigi? Maybe. I guess that's a theoretical possibility. Where's our fleets? We don't see any new fleets here, so maybe. Maybe not, though. I don't know. Regardless, that's a month tick right there, and let's get the 2nd Corolla reinforced. It still needs more. Interesting. Did we just miss this previously? That's a distinct possibility. Maybe we did. I wouldn't mind getting more food in here. That was only 1,000, and we'll see what we can put in here. Yeah, we need 50 more food for more. So that's understood. So this fleet here is currently heading over towards Aeneas, and we're going to go hit Tigi and then Crimdor, while these here head up to Aeneas, like this. Now, in this time, they may decide to hit Zimpok again. That's fine if they do. We're absolutely okay with that. So they're pushing in over here and cutting us off. This isn't surprising. We were hoping to have Thabit bombarded a long time ago, but this is taking a very long time. We are up over 75%, so they're now taking double damage from bombardment. This is still not very much damage from bombardment, if I'm honest. Why are they taking so little damage from bombardment? They don't even have, like, a planetary shield generator. I don't know. That's wild to me that it's taking us this long to push through this. Like, we've got 4 fleets on this, and this is bombarding at 3 damage a day.
Predatory shelter engaged.
And that's at double damage. That's kind of insane. I'll be honest. Okay. Well, we're going to be fighting them up over here, of course, and that's absolutely understood. We'll get Tigi back. And reinforcements are coming in this way. They're attacking Bapagia over here, which is foolish. They should not be doing this. It's a bad idea on their part. And we're going to push into Crimdor fairly soon. This is only an 11k fleet, though. I kind of want to go eliminate the 4th Corolla instead. That fleet is a larger objective for us. These guys have eliminated themselves. That's not a problem. And they're just sitting here right now. But we're going to be flying right at them, so this looks good. And we do need to reinforce more fleets here, so let's see what we've got. This is for the 2nd. That's now at full strength. So the 19th is at full strength, the 8th is at full strength, the 9th at full strength, the 10th is good, the 11th is good, and let's just reinforce the Skyfall Voidwings then. Beautiful. So that will be fine, and we'll get this battle engaged up over here. This is now just started. Okay. So we're going to be fighting them. That's absolutely fine. These guys, they're going to fly up and fight this force, which is currently fleeing. We'll see if they make it out. We would very much like to fight them. That would be the dream. Okay, so up over here, our swarm is very mediocre indeed, but at least it's in front of our backline ships. So there's that. This is an incredibly mediocre swarm.
Predatory
but our fighters are getting to their backline, so that's something anyway.
The canopy thins.
And now they're starting to get into our swarm. So they're going to start taking ludicrous amounts of damage now. That is, of course, a very good thing. So we are going to take some damage from that. That's not shocking. And they're building up a pretty decent force in Yugazim. So that's understood. I'm going to take everyone here, once again, except the Skyfall Voidwings, and we're going to move back to Zimpok. The Skyfall Voidwings will remain in position here. The primary goal behind our large force being here was to push this up over 75% devastation, and we got that. So that looks good. So this is still going down, but this is not going down... Actually, it's going down at about 1/3 the rate. So these guys, they're really not very good at bombardment, I guess. But we'll continue to reinforce this fleet, and that will be absolutely wonderful. So yeah, they're attacking Zimpok. This is not a surprise. We figured that they would be doing exactly this. Okay, so their frontline ships are gone at this point. And our swarmers are moving in, actually. Yeah, they're moving in a little. Not as much as I'd like, but it'll do. We are able to take out that fleet with no real problem, but we're definitely going to have to do some reinforcement here. No doubt about that. Look at all those maulers we just lost. That was a lot. And we lost a few weavers as well. And we lost 2 mature maulers as well. So yeah, this was because of the swarming. This is more damage than it should have been, but we can at least get a lot of that underway. Okay, these guys are going to move up to Aeneas and then Crimdor, like this. So it looks like they fled from this fleet, and we're going to head out over this way now.
Invasive growth engaged.
Cool. So that looks absolutely fine. We're going to be attacking them over at Zimpok, which we don't expect to have any problems with. We'll just get these fleets dispatched, no problem at all. So the Skyfall Void Wings, they're going to get some reinforcement eventually, and that's absolutely fine. I do want to continue to reinforce the second Corolla. That's now at full strength. Okay, beautiful. So let's check through all of these. This needs a little bit here. So we need to reinforce these maulers. And there we go. That's all of our food. So eventually New Light will fall. Eventually. But we'll keep working on that for the moment. And Zimpok, of course, we're going to have no problem dispatching this. Easy peasy. Honestly, I don't understand why they declared this. They can't win. They're just not going to. It's not going to be a thing. So we're going to push up into Aeneas. We caught this 10k fleet. It's going to disappear very, very quickly indeed. We need to continue to reinforce our fleets as we can. So this is fine. This is all juveniles. And that's now at full strength. This is elders. Hang on. Get out of here, elders. These are matures, and that means that we need to add juveniles. Okay. There's a little bit that needs to be done here, but really not too much. That'll be fine. And then we are lacking food for the second Corolla. That's understood. So we're going to get Aeneas under control here. No problem whatsoever. These guys are just going to push through to Docile. And we're going to go grab Crimdor as well. Everything looks good here. Cool. So that's all under control. I want to launch an attack on Yugazim down this way. So we're going to have to do a bombardment of Joy, and that's 3321, so that's going to take a little while. But that will stop them from attacking Zimpok, and we'll be defending this area. So that looks good. And we're just waiting on some additional food coming in at this moment. And yeah, these guys are going to move right through this fleet, which is going to be wonderful. Okay, there's the month tick, so we need to get this food going. So that fleet's at full strength. Let's go through all of these. Full strength, full strength, full strength, full strength. Yep. This one could use some. We need elders to be gone here. So that's weavers, and then this is going to be quite a lot of maulers, actually. Okay, so that is absolutely fine. We'll get that reinforced. And now we need additional food, so that's fine. I'll buy 5,000, and we'll see if that's enough. No. But it's probably pretty close, so that looks good. We're also getting a lot closer to getting these Titans online, which will be wonderful for us. Okay.
Predatory shelter engaged.
We're going to be attacking down here a diplomatic insult from the interstellar Favarian conglomerate. Hilarious. And we're going to be attacking Yugazim.
Predators engaged.
Which they can't do anything about. We'll be fighting up here in Docile, which we will win. We'll win this very easily. They're between us and the station. This is ideal. Excellent positioning here. Just absolutely wrecked by all that. What is this? Yes, I know about this. Why are you just telling me that now? Okay, so this fleet basically no longer exists at this time, and that is to be expected. They retreat, and that's absolutely great. So down over this direction, we need these 3 fleets to begin bombardment over at Joy. So they're going to do that. We can't push beyond this at this moment. We have to bombard there. If we want to go in that direction, that is. So I'm going to move this fleet down here as well. They could try to attack through this corridor again. And in fact, They do have this fleet here. You know what? Let's go up and see if we can take care of that. So that looks good. The 8th Corolla could be further reinforced, which we'll do. And that apparently split off this mature mauler. Okay, whatever. Checking through the rest of these, we're going to need some maulers here, and that's absolutely fine. The rest of this looks good. That's at full strength now. We're good here. So here we're going to need a couple of additional maulers and weavers, but that's now good. And then this is good to go. This fleet here, we could use just some juveniles, looks like. Perfect. We'll get that going. For this fleet, everything is looking okay. It's actually at full strength. And then here we could use a few additional weavers and potentially a lot of maulers as well. But that's it. That's all we need here. So we'll get that reinforced, and that's absolutely fine. As far as this goes, of course, we're going to need a few elders here as well. Or rather, a few juveniles here as well. So let's get that all set up. Okay, there we go. So we now see we need about 30,000 food and about 30,000 alloys to get this all completed. That's understood. We're going to be a bit short on alloys to get the Skyfall Voidwings done, but we don't actually care about that. So let's get this reinforced. That's now at full strength, and then this can get reinforced. And the question is, how are we doing on food here? Well, we can sell off a few exotic gases, and that'll be absolutely fine, and use that to buy in a little bit of additional food, which we'll do. But we're not quite done with the 11th Corolla yet. Okay. Well, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we will continue to pump out these ships at a rather ridiculous rate, and just completely overwhelm the Peliseman Nation. They cannot compete with this. They're down to inferior now. They can't. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Dark Horse, Ethan Feldman, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Punching the Microphone, The Lounge Gestio, Spock, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.